Well, hello, hello, hello. I hope you all are having a super duper fantastic day out there today. Y'all, it is Monday. It is the beginning of International Coaching Week. And I know you guys don't know that it is a thing, and I just recently found out it's a thing, but I am so happy that it's a thing. Do you understand? But before we get into this conversation of what I believe, right? Hopefully you guys have already enrolled, opted in, signed up for some form of something that I have so you can be on my email list. But if not, here's what I want to do. I want to go ahead and grab my discovery call link. I'm going to grab it for you and put it in the chat so you are able to grab hold of it and sign up for a discovery call if nothing else, right? If you've never been in conversation with me, you've never had a coach, you don't know what it is, you have no clue, and you want to have an experience with the coach to see what it's like or to ask questions or to do any of those things, then I'm going to give you an opportunity to go ahead and do that today. But before we get into that conversation, let me go ahead and get the theme song going. Hey, hey, I'm live at 5. 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 Hopefully, you had a fantastic day. My name is Denise Merriweather. I am the CEO and founder of Queenpreneurs Jumpstart Program. Yes, women in the world looking to leverage their knowledge, ignite their passion, and build a highly profitable business. How do you do this? By building your courage, confidence, and competence so you can accept, believe, and commit to what it is that God has called you to do. Because for me, it's all about what God says, right? We want to be on the path to have the best life, the blessed life, to be able to have an experience while we're here on earth that's undeniable, unimaginable. The things that people say, oh my God, I can't believe that this is actually happening to you. Yes, when you're in alignment with God, things like that does happen. So look, first I want to just tell you again that it's International Coaching Week. So if you do have a coach, definitely reach out to them. Tell them how much you care about them, how you value what it is that they poured into your life. Is so important, right? We as coaches take on so many different things from our clients, right? We think about you all the time. I'm in the shower and I think about my clients. I have ideas for them, reaching out to them because it is really a connection that I value very deeply, right? To be able to help people and to serve people in a magnificent way that can change their lives and change the lives of people that they are around on a daily basis mean a lot to me. So look, today, make sure that you have signed up for a discovery call. Hopefully this will get you in the swing of things so you can have this conversation with me to see what coaching is all about if you've never had a coach before. But I want to give you like 4 areas of life, 4 systems that you should be focusing on if you've never coached before. So first, let me tell you what I believe. I believe that we all have been destined to do something great in this world. Hey, Sister Lewis, how you doing? So good to see you. Happy that you are here. Thank you so much for showing up. Definitely tell people, share with people, hey, this is International Coaching Week. I'm going to be dropping all the reasons why getting a coach, hiring a coach, what's the benefits, answering questions, because some people may feel like it's not needed, but I'm telling you, all the bomb diggity people that y'all admire and love have coaches, from Michelle Obama to Oprah Winfrey to Brendan Burchard. Everybody got coaches, right, to help them in these areas. So what first I wanted to continue telling you is what I believe. I believe that we all have been destined to do something great in this world. But in order for us to be able to walk in that, to be powerful in this, actually, we have to develop the gift. Hashtag develop the gift. Hashtag develop the gift. Hashtag develop the gift. Because we all have been gifted. And some of us have multiple gifts. But in order for us to be able to be effective with the gifts that God has blessed us with, we have to strengthen them. We have to sharpen them. We have to practice with them. Hey, Sister Estes, how you doing today? So happy that you are here. Miss you dearly. Hopefully, I'll see you in June for the ministry launch. If you're going to the church building, if not, you may need to come on that weekend so I can see you, June 12th. Okay. All right. So look, so I truly believe that God has blessed us with so many different gifts, talents, and abilities. But in order for us to be powerful as we use them, we have to develop them, right? First, we have to like accept that they actually exist. Because sometimes we're afraid of the thing that God has given us, right? And I get it, because sometimes He's calling you to something that you don't see for yourself, right? You can't even believe that, oh my God, do you really want me to do this? Because that's how I felt. I was like, speaking, teaching, nope. No, thank you. I'm behind the scenes. I plan events for major companies, right? but I didn't want to be on the stage. I didn't want to be in front of the audience. Even the gift of singing, I still am afraid every time that I sing. Now, I do believe I can sing, but it's still a nerve-wracking experience. And I'm wondering, like, why I got to sing this song? Can't y'all find somebody else to lead this song? Do you get what I'm saying? And you may feel that way about your gift, but definitely I believe that we all are gifted and we have abilities, but we have to develop the gift. Hashtag develop the gift. So once you get into the swing of knowing what your gifts are and picking the ones that you want to develop, because we can't do all things at the same time, right? We can do all things, but not at the same time, right? Some people can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So, using all these gifts at the same time may not be as effective. If you chose a lane and developed that one, perfect it, even automate it, whatever, and then move on to the next one and develop that until you have a wheelhouse or a team or someone else that you can put together. Oh, thank you so much, Sister Estes. That is so encouraging. And thank you so much for letting me know how you feel about me, right? I thank you for that. It's super duper encouraging. And sometimes when you are in a lane that you hadn't been in before, right? Because this is still totally new to me. I still feel like it's new. I may have been doing this I've been speaking since maybe 2013, right? But in reference to running a business full time, May the 3rd was maybe like my 4th year, like full time. So I still feel pretty new, right? I haven't got my 10 years in. I haven't got my 5 years in, but I'm super duper excited and I'm not going to quit. Like, I am here to stay. This is what I definitely believe God has called me to do. It may develop, it may change forms, but I ain't going nowhere. Hey, sissy, I see you out there. So listen. So I want you to get that you have gifts that you need to develop. If you just get into here, hashtag develop the gift, hashtag develop the gift. So here are the 4 main areas of life that people tend to work on and get coaches for. One is relationship. Put it down. Hashtag relationship. Hashtag relationship. And the reason why this is super duper important, because we're always connected to somebody, right? God has designed life to be connected to other people in relationships. So who wants to be connected to people that they don't have healthy relationships with? Nobody. But if you don't work on your communication, if you don't work on your self-development, if you don't develop the gift of communication or love or encouragement or whatever it is that God has blessed you to do, then it's going to be hard for you to have some healthy relationships. But it is an area of life that a lot of people like to work on. So that's number 1. Number 2 is career and finances. Hashtag career and finances. Hashtag career and finances. So people are very concerned about their money, and they're very concerned about how they make their money. So if this was an area that maybe you were looking at or struggling in, it's definitely an area that people work on and they get coaches for. The next area is, I know you guys may could guess this. What you think number 3 is? Health and well-being. Okay, how many of us have done a weight loss program, health coaches, nutrition, everything? People are super duper concerned about their health. So I'm telling you, like, all the main areas that people normally get coaches in. So if you haven't had a coach in one, you may have had one in the other, and you may have had coaches in all of them. But health and well-being, yep, career and finances. Health and well-being is number 3. Number 3, health and well-being. And this last one may not get as much attention as the other 3, but it's super duper important. The 4th one is home and environment. Put home and environment. Yeah, Sister Estes was like, yep, I had a coach in that area. Yep, me too. I had a coach in all of them, really, because my health coach helped me with relationships and well-being and my health. I had a coach for career and finances for sure. And my health coach again helps me with my environment and my home, right? Because he gave me a lot of systems, like the whole calendar, Google calendar, and having the multiple calendar for family and children and all that stuff. That came from my health consultant. Why? Because if you don't have an organized space or life or know how life is moving, it becomes overwhelming and it affects your what? Health. So here's the great thing that coaches could tell you, and we probably told you and you maybe heard before. All these different areas, even when we get to the systems, they're all connected to one another. So if you have something that you need to talk to somebody about in your relationship area, I promise you that this area is bleeding into career, health and well-being, and home and environment. Because whenever I'm antsy or agitated, like I think I had shared with you guys that my daughter was recently robbed at school during a production. Well, you can only imagine the type of emotional strain, stress, thoughts that I was going through trying to defend her, advocate for her, talk to the teachers, do the research, ask for the film, file a police report. Like, it was a lot. And when you are robbed, you know, time is of the essence in order for you to try to find the perpetrator. You ain't got all day. You got to kind of know what steps to follow. And if not, you got to figure it out, and you got to figure it out fast, right? Facts. Somebody said facts, right, LaShawn? So you got to get that all of these systems and areas tied together. Okay, so before we go, let me give you the 4 symptoms. We called them in my training when I got my certification as coaching, MEPS, MEPS. Put in the chat, MEPS, MEPS. Remember the acronym, MEPS, 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 MEPS. Say it to yourself. Every time you think about me, say MEPS, 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 MEPS. Okay, so let me at least tell you what each letter stands for. The M is for mental well-being, mental. Okay, the E is emotional, your emotional well-being. 3 is P for physical well-being. And then S is spiritual well-being. So these are the things that I want you to remember and think about. And if there's a mental thing going on, it's bleeding into the emotional, physical, and spiritual. If there's an emotional thing going on, it's bleeding into the mental, physical, and spiritual. If there's a physical thing going on, it's bleeding into the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. And if there's a spiritual thing going on, it's showing up in the mental, emotional, and physical. And once you kind of get that all these areas really intertwined and focusing on one and having an expert in one is not going to necessarily help you solve all the other things that is bleeding into unless they have the expertise to help you with those things. But sometimes when you go into these different areas of life, you're focused on a niche, right? Put a niche in the chat. Hashtag niche, hashtag niche, hashtag niche. Because there's a lot of people that teach or can help you with relationships, but there's so many different relationships, right? So it could be relationship between a mom and a daughter, relationship between husband and wife, relationship between employee and boss, relationship between spiritual friends and non-spiritual friends, right? All of these things you could definitely niche down and get help in based on what it is that you want to see in your life. That's why it's so important as a business owner to niche down and dominate a lane that's not crowded, right? Relationship is so big, it's so generic, it can be super duper crowded. But as a business owner, there's certain relationships that may speak to you. Like to me, I love talking to women who are probably between the age of maybe 20 and 35 that's dating or looking to become married, right? When I have a conversation, I tell them about, oh yeah, there was a point in time where I had to decide to become celibate. From celibacy, I had an open dating rule, right? I'm openly dating. Nobody else is getting me to lock down my time and say I'm in a committed relationship without us both deciding that we want to be in a committed relationship, right? Then because I was celibate, because I had raised my standards and values, because I set parameters of openly dating, right? It gave me an opportunity to be around more people to see what it was that I really was looking for, what I really wanted, what I really could live with, what I could live without. And I didn't lose anything, right? Because I felt like when you're putting your body on the line, when you're giving yourself up, when you're going against the way God has ordained it to go, you're losing and you're getting scars that you don't even really know that you're getting. But in time, when you mature spiritually, when you kind of get like, man, I really should have waited, or I should have listened to my mom when she told me that this was no big deal and I'm rushing to do nothing, right? It's like going nowhere fast. But you don't understand it when you're going through it. You just kind of learn along the way, right? Boundaries, right? You got to have these boundaries, and boundaries help. It helps you and it helps them because you totally get to see if they really love you and if they're really checking for you or not. If the only thing they want to do is have sex with you, you need to keep moving. Okay. Hashtag move on. Hashtag move on. Hashtag move on. So listen, those are the 4 areas of life. Those are the 4 systems. So this week we'll be dipping and dabbing in those. If you're on my email list, you'll receive an email today. You'll be able to view what I believe video, and you'll be able to ask questions. Tell me how it makes you feel. If it calls to you, if it speaks to you, if it's calling you to do something different than what it is that you're doing. Well, this week we're going to get down to the nitty gritty and help you do that. So look, you guys, so happy to serve you. Thank you, Facebook user in that private group telling me that it's good points. Hopefully you are using those points. Hopefully you knew some of those points. Niche down. Make sure y'all get the 4 areas that coaching normally happens in. And if you don't have a coach in any of those areas, you may need to secure one, especially if you want to see growth in your relationship, your career and finances, your health and well-being, or your home and environment. And the systems that they would focus on or normally focus on or talk about, and they may call it something different. In my coaching program, it's called MEPS, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. Always looking forward to serving you. I will see you guys on Wednesday live at 5. Make sure you get on the email list. I put in the chat, setting up a discovery call. If you never had a coach before and you're interested in having a discovery call just to get a feel to see what it's like, to see how they can get to different blind spots or areas that you may need help in, then I want you to go ahead and sign up. What's the harm? It doesn't cost you anything. It's just going to cost you time. And I'm telling you, time with me is good time and time well spent. Okay. I promise. So always looking forward to serving you. I love you guys. Share this video. Go and check your email. It comes out at 6 o'clock. Take a look. It is going to send you somewhere. Go to where it sends you. And then feedback. Send me an email because it's my real email address. Always looking forward to serving you. I love you guys. Hey, I'm live at 5. Tell the world I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live